Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Nine Sim. Thank you so much for the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. You see this video. I really do wish that Latinos will be in tune to they get to see this video, because majority of them think that they were doing black people, not knowing that they were doing themselves. You guys did not do us. You did yourselves. You played yourself, right? So man actually came out to say that he wants Black Americans and Latinos out of the country, like out of US, out of America, right? And he wants America to be European again. Why do you want Black people and Latinos out of the country? Why? Because he feels like you people, Black people, we make them minorities. Then why are they scared of minorities? Why are they scared that they will be the minorities? Because that is something that they've been fighting. They do not want to be minority, right? Now, this is to tell you that these people knew how they treat people that look like me and how they treat other people of color. And I really wish that other people of color, right, we understand what people think about them, because they think they are untouchable. They really want to be identified as this so bad that they do not even understand that they are not even anywhere close. I hope they get to see this video, because you guys, you played yourselves, right? And I hope majority of you are packing your bags, because real soon, baby, you are heading home. And they also said that people that look like me, we are not smart, we are not intelligent. Let's get into this.
Strap in, because this interview is going to make you feel like you're going back in time. Let's go.
So you want to live in a white-only country?
Not necessarily white-only, but a country that is clearly based on a European model.
Right, the people who fled the European model wanted to start something exactly the same over here.
In which whites will basically remain the overwhelming majority in perpetuity.
Okay, how do you achieve that?
Well, that's an excellent question. Donald Trump has got some first good steps in mind. He wants to make sure no more illegal immigrants come into the country, and he wants to make sure that all illegal immigrants here go back.
Is anyone going to tell him that there's undocumented whites in this country?
He wants to end birthright citizenship.
Anyone want to let him know about the Constitution?
He wants to put at least a temporary ban on Muslim immigration.
Someone want to fill him in on the mindset of people fleeing religious persecution in the Middle East?
What happens with Asians? What happens with African Americans? What happens with Latinos?
What happens to my
You presented me with a very limited view of the United States.
You're saying the United States is a place anybody can come and turn it into anything you want.
You're trying to turn it into whatever you want.
And the people who built this country and established its institutions, if they glimmer away, so what?
Those people are dead.
You are promoting a process that will reduce my people to a minority. You want more power for Latinos. That comes at the expense of my people's power.
Oh no, what are you going to do when you have to exist on the concepts of merit and the content of your character?
We're 17% of the population,
right,
and we only have 3 senators. So therefore, we don't have the political representation that we deserve.
And you want more and more and more.
How dense do you have to be saying someone wants more, like there's some gold-hoarding dragon, when you're just not giving anything up whatsoever, even for proportional representation?
Of course, because we only have 3 senators.
How much political?
At this point, 14 senators.
And 50 years from now, how many would you like?
A number that works in accordance with their percentage of the population.
Let's talk about 50 years from now. In 2044,
yes,
white, non-Hispanics will become a minority.
Yes.
Is that what you're afraid of?
Mr. Ramos, it's fantastic for you, for my people to lose power and become a minority. That's fantastic for you. How does it feel for me?
Scared. You're scared. Because you know that the way that you treat minorities is completely inhumane. And you believe that these people are just as depraved as you are. But they're not.
It is our country, Mr. Taylor.
Country, our
It is.
Yeah.
It's our country. Don't you think we both have the same rights in this country?
I think that despite this nonsense in the Declaration about anybody being anyone,
this guy hates the USA.
White people,
you don't think we are all created equal?
No.
And Jared, you're kind of proving your own point, but not in the way that you think.
What you want to do is change this country into an entire nation in which white people will become refugees in their own land
So
if your vision comes through.
you don't want to
What the fuck do you think Latinos are?
live alongside Mexicans.
Now, why is it wrong for me not to want my neighborhood to change?
That's entropy, brother. The only thing that doesn't change is the fact that everything changes.
If my neighborhood is European, if my neighborhood they don't keep chickens in the backyard that crow at 3 in the morning.
Do you think Mexicans are the only ones who keep chickens? Have you ever met a white lady in a brunch hat who hasn't talked about wanting to start a coop of her own?
What are you talking about? That's a complete stereotype. That's a complete stereotype.
Yes, and stereotypes are all true.
It's a racist stereotype, what you're saying.
Oh, racist. Give me a break.
No.
What are you going to do with the thousands of Muslims,
We certainly
American citizens, who are serving in the military?
I'm sure that we just couldn't possibly survive with all those Muslim Navy Rangers. Yes, I'm sure that's true.
This guy has never picked up a weapon for his country in his life.
That is not right.
No. I'm talking about
You cannot make
Muslim...
fun of people who are saving our lives.
They want special holidays and special food.
They want special food. Dude, bratwurst is too spicy for you, isn't it?
So if you don't like their religion, you don't have to join them.
Yeah, who's forcing religion on people, huh?
That's fine.
No, they are...
But you can't discriminate against them. Simply because you...
Of course. Anyone should have the right to discriminate against anyone he wishes.
One, why would you wish that? And two, those are called intrusive thoughts. We leave those inside.
And the point is...
But not by the law, Mr. Taylor. You can't do that.
I think the law is absolutely incorrect.
This guy hates America.
Do you feel that whites are superior, are more intelligent than blacks?
I think, on average, whites are more intelligent than blacks, and North Asians are more intelligent than whites.
How can you say that?
How can you think otherwise?
Jared, come here. It's called critical race theory.
Mr. Taylor,
what evidence would you have to think that a pygmy is, on average, is just as intelligent as a Dane? Why would you think that?
What schools have they attended? And for that matter, what school did you attend?
The entire record of history.
Written by who?
Is completely consistent with the assumption that black Africans are less intelligent on average than Asians or Caucasians.
That's absurd. That's repugnant and absurd.
Repugnant to you?
Yeah. Repugnant to people living in a civilized 21st century.
Yes, of course.
Why would you even entertain the possibility that on average a pygmy is as intelligent as a Japanese?
Why would we assume that a white supremacist who lives in bumfuck middle of nowhere, only around people that look like him, would give a shit about anyone else?
Comparison that you are trying to make, it is simply impossible because of historical circumstances, because economic conditions, because of the movement.
They're called facts and influences, Jared. You're using your straight-passing white maleness as an excuse for everything you do that is absolutely decrepit.
We have to be willing to say to all those who are non-European,
you don't.
We wish you well, but this territory is for us. And sorry, we have the right to be us, and only we can be us.
Our tribal ape instincts still continue to have an influence on how we exist in society when it comes to our skin color and what happens to be between our legs. But that's not what makes us us. What makes each person themselves is what makes them themselves. Kind of reductive, right? It's the things that we enjoy doing. It's the things that interest us. It's the knowledge that we have. It's what we can bring to society that is not our amount of melanin or what's underneath our clothing. This regressive mindset is destroying people. It's not allowing them to experience life to its fullest, and it's keeping them hating one another for things that cannot be changed about themselves. So, this is one of those instances where I'm going to be intolerant. I am intolerant to intolerance. And I hope y'all are too. So, I'll still be here. See y'all later. Why am I still surprised by some of the wild shit that Joel Webbin says?
You are not being called a Nazi, then you are not pushing against the post-war consensus hard enough.
The post-war consensus keeping us free from a world war for 80 years, that now when people are trying to dismantle it, we're getting closer and closer to another one.
You're not. If you're not being called a racist, then you probably at some level have given in to anti-white discrimination. At some level, you might not be doing it to the level of a Democrat, but at some level, you're probably doing that. If you're not being called anti-Semitic, then you are probably not pushing against Zionism, which is not biblical, right, not true to God's word.
Yeah, I'm sure that they would disagree with you, and so would Chucklefuckabee, the nominated envoy to Israel.
I'm a simple guy. I believe the scripture. Genesis 12. Those who bless Israel will be blessed. Those who curse Israel will be cursed. I want to be on the blessing side, not the curse side.
He holds what he believes to be a biblical view. But then again, who said you can't use that book to defend whatever ridiculous claim that you make?
If you're not being called a misogynist, then you are probably not teaching the clear principles of Scripture as it pertains to men and women.
I would use that claim to point out that that book is full of antiquated BS and we should get rid of it.
If you're not being called a bigot, then you are probably not frequently and courageously enough speaking about the horrors and the abomination of sodomy.
Oh, my brother and Lucifer, Sodom and Gomorrah was about hospitality, not, And one of God's favorites, Joseph, was like, gay. And what's the deal with Jesus always, disrobing dudes so he can wash their feet? But y'all, I really shouldn't be surprised by Joel anymore, right? It's weird that I am. Yeah? I don't know, let me know. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all so much. I'll catch you later. Miss you, love you, bye!
Kamala is very unlikable. Very unlikable. I have no idea why,
Long story short, Bassem Youssef is a Trump supporter. Bassem Youssef voted for Trump. And you won't believe the reason why he voted for Trump. Do you know why he voted for Trump?
Also, we are Arabs and we're chauvinists and we're not going to have a woman ruling us. It's just we're old habits die hard, It's a woman president? No.
What I'm trying to understand here is, why is everybody laughing? Was that funny? Because I didn't think that was funny. And just because Bassem Youssef is a big Palestine supporter, it does not excuse the fact that he is being clearly misogynistic. The same thing applies to the pro-Palestine movement. Just because you are part of a good cause, it does not excuse your racism and anti-blackness.
All right, let's cut the mess and get straight to the point of what everybody's trying to say. Y'all are so used to black suffering. That is why we are where we are today. Truly, y'all are so used to black suffering. Y'all have normalized black people suffering. That's why when a bunch of black people saying, hey, maybe we should take care of ourselves first to ensure that we could keep advocating for other people, y'all were easily dismissive of it. When we said, hey, not enough has been done to make sure that black people are safe here in the United States, let's do that first before we, venture out and try to help everybody else. Y'all rolled your eyes. You called us baby killers, called us blue MAGA, meanwhile never addressing the systems and the structures that plague us to this day and will only be amplified under this next presidency. Y'all will use our revolutionaries, but care less about learning about those revolutionaries or even our culture, which our revolutionaries came from. And you're so quick to forget that because of our civil rights movements, so many other movements could come to be. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying a lot. And it's exactly that same attitude as to why a lot of our struggles globally are afterthoughts to many of you. Y'all will shout and scream about Palestine, which you should, but Congo and Tigray and Sudan are afterthoughts. Black people, to you, are an afterthought, despite using us as a platform to stand on, despite using the work that we've done to stand on, despite using our efforts calling these things out, creating community, making safe spaces, and then for once trying to take care of ourselves. That is why you're mad. That is why you'll easily say, well, if they don't have rights, then none of us should have rights. Are you joking? Spit in my ancestors' face, why don't you? I don't want to hear from somebody who isn't a walking stereotype as soon as they leave their house. They don't know my struggle. They don't know our struggle. They don't know what it's like to have fought, clawed, and made your way through the mud of this nation, still believing in democracy, still believing in the promises of this land, and still trying to hold it accountable, not just for the atrocities that it's committed, which it needs to stand accountable for all of the promises that it's made and hasn't delivered. And you want to pass because you read one time Angela Davis or James Baldwin, and you think you could talk over an entire community of people who begged, pleaded, and worked with y'all to just keep our community safe because we will be impacted the worst in this next presidential cycle. And now a lot of folks want to either create communities and pretend that they weren't detrimental against our community to begin with, or they're condemning us, saying it's somehow our fault. And all of that is exactly why Black folks are taking a step back. If all we're going to do is be ignored, if all we're going to do is be dismissed, if all we're going to get from a supposed left is the same stuff that we're getting from the right, only with moral superiority slapped on top of it, then no, we're going to take care of ourselves. Somebody has to.
This is all I got from this video. And this, sometimes I love to see something like this. Sometimes I always try as much as I can to bring things like this to us. Why? Because it opens everybody's mind, everybody's hearts to some certain things that is happening and to the things they speak about you, right? And the fact that not even a full-grown adult, I don't want to say a full-grown adult because this one is, I don't know what to call it, old man is out there talking about how do you think we want to be minorities or you want us to be minorities? Are they really scared of being minorities? Are they scared? Because why would you be scared? Now, the reality is that I have brought things like this here. I mean, them being scared of being minorities and all that. That is something that they would never want to stand. Why? Because they feel like what they did to people that look like me may end up happening to them. But they are so lucky that I do not think that people like me are seeking for revenge or anything. Just they are only working towards dismantling the system that has been oppressing them from the beginning of life to this very moment. And for the man speaking, I mean, the man talking about a Hispanic and people that look like me, right? I wish he would go back and trace his ancestors, how they took away the native land. Some of these videos, I just do not want only people that look like me to say. I absolutely will love the Latinos, all of them, the Hispanic community, because they absolutely need to see things like this. Majority of them did what they did because they thought that, if they vote for this person, their life will change or things will become better for them. But trust me, things are going to be worse than you expected. And it is already happening straight up right in your eyes. Right? Really, each time I wake up and see how people are pressing their own necks when it comes to people that look like me, that also tells you the things they say behind closed doors. And sometimes I am always like, I am not scared of this one that made it to the media. I am scared of the ones that did not make it. I am not scared of this. But the one I am scared of is the ones that did not make it. Because if this could get out here, that is to tell you that worse things already were said, right? You all do not want anybody in your community, like in a land that you know that you took from somebody. You do not want people that look like me to be there. You also do not want Latinos. Why? Because they are going to take over, or like, and leave you people behind. And, that is the point. Leaving them behind and making them minorities. Woo! Sincerely speaking, this is how they talk behind closed doors. And this is also how they think about you. You can make excuse for them, but it's your problem. I am no longer making excuse for anybody. Whatever I see, I report it and I say it the way it is. It's either you leave it or you take it. I am not here to divide. I am not here to tell you what to choose and what not to choose. But the truth is that I will keep saying it. I will keep talking about it because we have to build us, and the time is now. When I say the time is now, this is the right time. Black people, wake up, because it's going to be a very long 4 years. We have to wake up. We have to be on our toes. We have to stand up. We have to stand still. We have to stand firm. Because Black people, you are all you've got. I heard a story where a Black woman was talking about, I can't remember her handle. Well, yeah, she told the story and I was really happy. And she said after the election, I think a few days after the election, a lot of people were overwhelmed. And I think she went to Walmart to buy things, and she met some Black women that walked up straight to her to ask her, how are you doing? Are you okay? I understand what has happened, but I hope, oh my God. They were literally, from the story she told, she said they were literally going around, Black people in the Walmart, speaking to one another, asking to know how. That is the Black community that I look forward to. That is the kind of Black community I look forward to. Because that is what we need. Black people, you are all you've got. The earlier we understand this, the better for us. Because some people are going to still want to stand, or whatever they want to stand, but I am not standing on anything. What I have to say is that this is the time, this is the period. There is no better time to come together, because the way things are going, I understand that it may affect every other person, but it hits people like me differently. And when it hits, it takes time to come back. That is not my prayer. That is not what I am praying for. I am praying for, that period they say when there is a casting down, I will say there is a lifting up. That is what I am asking for my people. That is what I look forward for my people. But is it really a tough period? This is actually going to be a tough period. I know you all saw it. That's why you all came out. Why? Because you needed to stop the fascism and all the fascists. But only you would not have done it. You needed also other hands. And the other hands you needed betrayed you. And now they are talking about them behind closed doors. I hope they see it. I hope you all see it. I know that you all messed up big time. And let's get to what's his name? Yusuf. That has, you know why I keep telling you all, I said it, that those people that you all are banking on, those people that Black people are banking on, that you will find out in the end that they did not support the person they said they were going to support. Those influencers, those big people that said, I am for this, I am for that. They did not do what they said they were going to do. They did not support Black movements. They voted who they thought it's right for them or it's okay for them. He is a pro. See, if I hear any Palestinian coming out on this app again to call a Black person out for anything, go meet your brothers. Because they see, why are they even always on Black community looking for, where is DJ Khaled? Where is DJ Khaled from? Where is that young man from? See, next time I hear Black people again, I am going to remind you people of prominent people that you all are supposed to go and hold. Go and hold them. Leave Black community alone. Yusuf is a pro-Palestinian or pro-Palestine, right? Whichever one you want to. I don't care English now, right? And he voted the other side. And he wants to come out again on television to tell us what is going on in Gaza and all that, they will seal his mouth real soon. Because now this is to tell you how some people, their mentality, see, we really need to get this right. Black people have to get this right this particular period. Because if all these people that said that they are educated, see, let me tell us this. You can take a horse to the stream. You can't force a horse to drink water, right? The same way they said you can take wood, right, from somebody, but you cannot. I don't know how they said that particular one, but these people are. I don't know what to say, but I am trying to watch my mouth what I say here. See, black people, they are not for you. They are not for you. The earlier we understand this, the better for us. Do they want to they'll tell them the people that were in the land that they stole first, the people that were there first? And for the natives also, I understand natives, their own story is quite different, why they voted who they voted. But I am going to ask, Latinos, Asians, why did you people do what you did? They are looking for a way to send people that look like me and Hispanics out of, because they feel like people that look like me, you heard what he said, that we are not smart. Yeah, I think average is not smart. Man, I cannot continue. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.